each other forever. And there was a time when I always thought, yeah, I gotta be Johnny Depp. I just really like his movies, everything like that. And I know he plays guitar. So when I got the call to do Dark Shadows, I went, oh, this is gonna be cool.
You know, for a guy who grew up, you know, certainly listening to these guys, you know, every single day, you could never sort of expect that kind of thing to happen when you're, you know, a kid.
The idea of the vampires in the beginning was to honor our dead drunk friends. The Jimi Hendrixes, the Jim Morrisons, the John Lennons, all those guys, you know, pretty much put a bar band together. That's really what it was gonna be. And we wrote 3 songs on that album to explain the album. My Dead Drunk Friends songs, you know, Raise the Dead, that explained what we were doing. That was an indication right there that the next album is gonna be all originals. One thing we did not wanna do was make it sound like an Alice Cooper album or make it sound like an Aerosmith album.
There were definitely things that I know that I wouldn't do in Aerosmith. At the beginning, there was a consciousness about doing that, shifting over.
It was just a song I felt that we should do, you know. It's always meant a lot to me, but it's meant a lot to me over the last few years, you know.
I knew Bowie pretty well, but I didn't have an emotional connection to him like that as much as Johnny did. And Johnny says, well, you sing it. And I said, no, you sing it. And he says, I don't sing. I said, you did Sweeney Todd. Reminding him that he sang. And he sings it better than I could ever sing it.
I'd forgotten that I'd done Sweeney Todd.
It's very hard to forget a project that took 2 years.
But if you don't see it, it's, you know, it's almost like it doesn't exist. You know?
It was good, by the way.
Thank you. Recording in Hansa, the former Hansa studios where Bowie recorded Heroes, in that huge, beautiful room, ornate room, just incredible.
Gonna do like a cover, especially that cover, do it there. And we just happened to be there. So, I mean, it was a brilliant idea to do it in that studio.
I remember sitting in the kitchen and he was reading the lines to Heroes. And it was like every one of them, he was going like, yeah, yeah. I mean, you could see him, he'd get possessed when he'd get up to the microphone, yelling the song.
Well, it's like anything, you don't know you can do it till you try, you know. But I had no idea I could hit any of those notes.
I'll tell you one thing though, when he's on the stage banging on his guitar, that's him through and through. It's the real deal.
You're seeing the real Johnny when you see Johnny on stage. A lot of the original songs are from Johnny's diaries, which is cool for me. I thought that was really cool. I wanted to call the album Rise because that's what vampires do. We rise to the occasion every night. I don't know what Johnny does during the day. I don't know what Joe does, but I have this picture of it about 10 minutes before it's time, just, you know.
He has risen. Yeah.
He has risen.
Initially, it was Tommy and Joe and myself writing songs, riffs, bits, that, you know, and it was really kind of, you know, here and there, and effectively recorded the entire record in like 6 weeks, you know.
And it was cool to come in as sort of as the third party on it, because I'm hearing it for the first time. It wasn't like I was there at the bottom of, you know, building these songs up. I might say, you know, if we change that word to this word, or just move that around to here, it would make more sense, or it would make less sense, which would be good too, you know. And the funny thing is, some of the final vocals were done in hotel rooms when I was on the road. You know, Mr. Spider.
Yeah.
I mean, it was somewhere in Nebraska on a day off in a hotel room doing the vocal on that. Because now with the technology, you can do that.
We did my vocal part in Get From Round Me on in Japan. I think we were in Tokyo in a hotel room.
And so we've all written so much music that we realize it's a piece of clay. It can be moved here, it can be moved there, as long as in the end, it's what it's supposed to be. I don't think there's ever been an argument in this band, because you get 3 alpha males together and somebody wants to steer the boat. All 3 of us are going, as long as the boat gets there.
But that's what made it fun too, because
Yeah.
it was like just throwing in ideas and
Let the right ones fall in the right place.
it was really a lot of fun doing it like that.
Take a step further
Yeah.
than what we all do in our other day jobs, I suppose. You know, everybody wants to take that step further and experiment. So the process became from the first instant. It was very organic.
It wouldn't come out if we didn't all agree that it's what we want.
This is a homegrown record. I mean, slowly the stuff started to come out of the speakers, and we really felt like we were onto something.
What we all added to the thing was cathartic on every level. You know, yeah, I'm very proud of it.
We're not chasing the charts. If we get a hit record off this, it's because the charts came to us. I'm kind of proud of the fact that this album didn't sound like anybody but the Hollywood Vampires. I can't think of any band this sounds like. This sounds totally like what would happen if we three wrote songs.
I love playing all the songs. I mean, every night they're like developing, you know, because they are new. But Rise is the one that I love watching the audience, because they don't know what to make of it.
Right now, if we wanted to finish the show, we could do Sweet Emotion, and that would be the final song. We could do School's Out, that's final. I think in a while, Rise, we couldn't possibly do a song after that. When everybody knows it, it's gonna be like, do Rise. If you walk off the stage without doing it, they're gonna go crazy. they're gonna tear the place down. I don't think you can talk about the American situation or any political situation, rockers, without satirizing it. We're not politicians.
Humor. It must be
You have to attack it with humor. And I think Rise is so infectious that audience next year when we go out, that's the marching song. We're not preferring one candidate over the other because we kind of see them all as the same guy. They're all the same guy.
Who's a better actor?
Oh,
He
he has never seen one of his movies.
there's really none like Alice Cooper.
I think that he is probably the most versatile actor out there.
You know it's true.
I'm embarrassed and shy, and I might have urinated on myself.
Yes.
I might have wet myself.
But you know, nobody urinates on themselves better than you.
Well,
You do that better
I
than
have had
anybody
some
else.
practice. I have had some practice.